Hello, this is Tom with Rock Solid. In this video, we will be covering the Manage Tiers tool that allows us to set the list and cost sheets in the system and also the date we want them to go live. So we would go into Manage Tiers, which is under Admin and called Manage Tiers, sometimes Manage Tiers and Rates. The name changed a little bit. The next is you're going to pick your date you want to change or affect. This is so for this example, we are loading 2022 list rates for DHL. DHL rates go live on January 1st of 2022. I don't want these sheets I'm loading to go live before then. I want them to go live on the 1st. So I can look at the dates and see if there is a date that I would use. In this case, I do not see January 1st, 2022. So I will click on New Date and I will select January 1st of 2022 and it will create. So now I've created a new date for sheets I want to go live on that date. This is also used in importing. If I have rates that are live in January, say I ship in December, but then I have new rates that I'm using in January, because it's shipped in January, our system will look using the ship date in the billing file to determine what rate sheet to load. So it would use the rate sheets that were active on that date, not the ones that are active today. Say today was January 15th. That were live in January 2022. It would look at the rates that were live at the time the shipment was shipped using the ship date. But for this case, we are setting list rates that will go live on January 1st. UPS has rates that will go live on December 26th, and FedEx, I believe, is the first week in January. I don't think I've seen their guide yet to say what date it'll be. So next, I'm going to select my carrier. You would have all the carriers that you support in the system, and a subcarrier if you use that. DHL, usually it's one thing with reseller accounts. You have one set of rates, so you'd have that. You generally don't have a subcarrier, but it has been used. Or you can use tiers as used in the past. But as I said in our first video, we're going to try to retire tiers, and we don't need them because we get one set of rate sheets, so we don't have to have tiers. So I'm going to load the rate sheets. These are what's going to show. We see all the services down here. We see the carrier cost, the franchise cost, which is disabled. I mentioned what that is in one of the earlier videos, and our list rates and what the information is. So as of the first, this is what would be live for DHL with no subcarrier, and actually the default tier. So we have two things I can do it here. Because I'm doing list rates, I've loaded them in the previous video. So if I go here, you'll see I see 2022 lists, which I name them. So I can go here and set them. Oh, see, these have the time services, but we don't use those anymore. Say they're not treated separate, so that those will be blank. There's another one, 2022 list. And then, some of these older services that don't exist. There we go. So we have the things. I can go here and set these. Now the interesting thing with this is that by me setting them, and let me just go ahead and do that. The rest of them should have that list. Now as you see, as I click on this drop down, you're seeing a lot of sheets showing up. That can be painful over time as you have more and more rates. So that's not necessary. Okay, these don't exist. This system has a lot of the old DHL services back when they I think when they had Airborne. But all the regular DHL, I've set the 2022 list. I can hit save, and that'll be effective on the 21st, or sorry, on the 1st of January 2022. And it's done. For those of you that, when setting sheets, especially list rate sheets, say you have multiple subcarriers for FedEx, UPS, or DHL, because you have multiple accounts with different rate sheets. We do have this new mass set list rates, which will be in the next video, to show how to set that across the board. So I don't have to go through this one and set all these, then go to the next subcarrier and load it and save those, and the next one and the next one. Keep setting the same sheet for list over and over, because list is list is list. Doesn't change. Now your cost sheets, they change per account. So obviously those need to be set per account. But for list rates, it's the same list rate. So we have a new tool that will be in the next video. But this is how you'd set them. You'd hit, you'd select them whether it's the cost sheet, the franchise cost, or the list. You'd set the rates, you hit save, they would be saved. And now if I refresh this menu, I will see that I have that date. So I have what was effective thing from 1/1/2019, and now I have a new one for 1/1/2022. And anything shipped or billed after with the ship date of exceeding this date would use the rate sheets live then. If I have not updated any changes, the old rates are still effective. It's only this is like, okay, this is where they change, is what it's meant to be. But if you don't change anything, the old ones are still the way they were set before. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please let us know.